today is day 13 on our weight loss challenge void of diets and hours at the gym. Today we're going to talk about mindful eating, day 13. So today is the day to be actually immersed in research. I want you to look into the idea of mindful eating and find a definition that resonates with you. So, and how can you apply this concept of mindful eating to your life? So sometimes the best way for us to learn and change our thoughts and our patterns is actually do our own research. I'm going to go over real quick a segment here on mindful eating and its effect with eating disorders. And this can either be if you tend to over binge eating or if you undereat. I think these are good tools for anyone, but just to kind of empower you a little bit. But I want you to dig into research today. So, if you struggle with food, it can be hard to find a way to eat in a healthy way that doesn't trigger eating problems. When it comes to mindful eating, studies show that it is a way to combat eating disorders, and this was huge for me. So mindful eating is essentially learning how to pay attention to when you eat, so you can become more in tune with your body's signals of fullness by becoming aware of all the senses you use when you're eating and when you're planning to eat, and that you really view it for more like that energy. Like I said, because this mindful eating is not focused on good food or bad food, okay, right or wrong ways to eat. We need to stop labeling things like that. The focus is simply being aware of the actions as you're doing them. So many times we're mindlessly eating. And so in addition, mindful eating helps anyone with eating disorders focus on the following. And we can all learn from this to focus on these things when it comes to food. One is real hunger signals. So the body has about 7 types of hunger signals it sends to your mind. Which ones are real, and what else are they trying to feed? Maybe you just need to spend more time with your mom, right, over having a piece of apple pie. Listen to your body's, listen to your body, because your body lies sometimes. So when you learn mindfulness, you learn how to appropriately and properly interpret your body after years of ignoring the signals. It may take some time to get used to the signals, right? And sometimes, even if you've been under eating for a long time, just to even get used to even feeling those hunger pains again, knowing that they're there. Know thirst versus hunger. And this is a big one I would do. You can learn the differences as signals between hunger and thirst by being more mindful. It may take a few months of questioning and listening, but you will get there. And really the best thing to do is, before you eat at all, is drink a glass of water and then see if you're still hungry. And that's because a lot of times hunger, we think we're hungry, but really we're just thirsty. Number 3, planning meals to avoid over hunger, okay? As you get to know your body and when you're really hungry, you can start by planning your meals to avoid being overly hungry. When the body is overly hungry, it's hard to make wise choices. Have you just been so starving you just start grabbing whatever? And the next, take time with each meal. So eating mindfully means that you learn how to take your time and enjoy eating the meal that you have. Perhaps, if you struggle with an eating disorder at all, on either side of the spectrum, with overeating or under, it tends to have, a lot of stress around eating, and taking time. Overeating can really help with that problem. It took me a while to get to that point where I could even think about sitting down and eating without anxiety. So getting a handle on emotions is probably the biggest one. When you realize that your craving over apple pie has more to do with you wanting to be with maybe your grandmother again, or maybe having a stressor situation you can't control, instead of going and eating that cake or that pie or whatever it is, or avoiding eating, you'll be able to choose your food more wisely. You'll be able to enjoy some really good apple pie that you based on your maybe grandmother's recipe over that frozen crappy piece of pie that you substitute for your emotions. So having to really know when it's an emotional thing and learning how to healthy deal with those emotions. And that's what I help people do. So if you are something that's not to do with your emotions, I've been there. So let me help. I would love to help you work through that. Taking care of your overall body, being mindful is about so much more than just eating. You're going to learn how mindfulness can help you overcome, an eating disorder. But you can also do this in general in life. So that's another big one. And all these lessons are good for anyone, but they're especially helpful for someone who's experienced any type of eating disorder, like I said, from the spectrum of that, binge eating, where you eat a lot, to that anorexia where you basically don't eat at all. When you eat with intention and are paying close attention to everything about your meals instead of giving it only passing attention, risking overhunger or eating from boredom, you can end up, at a normal and healthy weight, no matter where you started on either end. So know that those are just some key tactics that you could take away so you can start incorporating today. But really today I want you to own up your own definition. And really you come up with your own action list. And maybe it's just taking one of these. Maybe it's taking something else you find. And really taking ownership. Because when we take ownership for our journeys and when we define things ourselves, they stick with us a lot more. That's why I'm asking you to define yourself. So take some time. Research out. There's tons of resources out there. Just Google and see what you come up with. And I would love to know. So come back and post in the show notes, or post in the comments, what you discovered and maybe what your definition is, so that we could share and learn from one another. Because ultimately, the best way to grow and the best way to break free of things is not when just one person is up here like sharing with you. I don't claim to know it all, and a lot of times some of the best things that I've even put into my own stuff is from you. I learn as much too from you guys. And so I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel if you're on YouTube or on the podcast. That way you get updates every time that there's something new information that comes out. As always, let me know what information is relevant and you would like to see. And I cannot wait to hopefully someday meet you in person. So great job on going through these things. They're powerful. They're worth it. Day 13, we're almost halfway there. Be brave, be kind, live authentically, and always shine. My information is in the show notes so that if you need any kind of help with moving from that place of stuck to authentic thriving, please reach out to me. And if you're dealing with emotions and don't know how to healthy deal with your emotions, I had no clue how to deal with emotions at all. And it was a big problem. It held me up for a long time in life. Then just let me know. And let's sit down, let's chat, and let's see what we can do for you to help you learn how to deal with them in a healthy way. Because it's possible to learn. If I could learn it, anyone can. All right, remember, you're just one habit away, tribe. Until next time, thanks for joining.